Okay, YouTube, Finn Nugent back with another video. Don't worry, I will be taking you through a full upper body session later on, but right now I am a man on a mission. I'm off to the shops quickly, the supermarket, to one, get some super glue because my mic's broke and I need to essentially reattach the magnet to the mic so I can stick it on my top and take you through the full upper body session. Believe me, I should not be trusted with camera kit, right? I've gone through like 3 lenses at this point, 2 to 3 mics. Like, realistically, I'm not sure whether a higher power is trying to tell me that I shouldn't be a content creator. But regardless, that's not going to stop us, right? I have a dream and a mission I'm trying to fulfill. And then 2, we're going in there for a clipper as well. I say a clipper, it's like a little foil clipper to go under the beard. Just so I can go under that daily and keep it looking sharp, keep myself looking handsome, of course. So, yeah. Let's see what we find. Right, they've kicked me out of this gap of filming before, so we'll see what they're like now. But yeah, may need to switch you off for a little while. Alright, so glue has been acquired. As for the trimmer, this mission failed. We'll get him next time. Right, little did I know you need an ID check for super glue. Luckily, the lady at the self-checkout came over and she approved it. But clicked a button which basically said visibly over 25. Now, I am 25 years old, but I'm not sure whether to take offence to that or not. Visibly over 25, like, come on. I would have said I've at least reversed a few years since coming off the gear, but visibly over 25. Maybe I'll just get rid of the beard completely and don't even keep it and sharpen it up. Maybe that will make me look my age, or at least a little bit younger, I'm not sure. Visibly over 25. Fuming. Right, the 40-year-old with 2 kids and a mortgage is back. So this is basically what we're working with, lads. So you need the magnet there in order to put this into your t-shirt or wherever you may stick it and basically have that clip on. So the mic should be on the end here. So this is fucked either way. This will never work the same again because I won't be able to actually clip this onto anything because this bit here is broken. But realistically, I didn't clip it onto anything anyway. I always used the magnet and just tried to hide the mic and put it under my shirt just because I feel like it looks more professional that way than having like a magnet clipped onto your t-shirt, or like some people clip it onto their hats, hair, wooden stirring spoon. Like, I've seen all sorts, to be fair. I prefer to just hide the mic. I think it looks a little bit more professional. So what I'm going to do is basically super glue this onto the back of this, and then hopefully we have a functioning microphone yet again. Let's see how we get on. I'm going to try and glue this bit here and this bit, even though there is a slight gap because it's not going to sit flush on the mic. So I'm just going to try and reattach it the way in which it technically should have been. And then, yeah, hopefully that holds it together. Let's give it a little whack. Now, I can't see shit. My eyesight is getting so fucking bad. Oh, you fucking bastard. Oh, this super glue's a lot fucking thinner than what I expected. I'll just leave it there. I think I fucked that, but I'll leave it there. And if it doesn't work, I'll give it an attempt to later on. You don't find problems, or no, how's the saying go? You don't have problems, you find solutions. There you go. I'm not sure why that took a little while to come to me. Anyway, we're going to grab the pre-workout meal now while we're letting this set. Yes, so we're back with the pre-workout meal. We got 50 gram of oats, 20 gram of 90% dark chocolate. Always has to be 90% dark chocolate. That is the go. 30 gram of whey protein as well. From My Protein, we actually got the dark chocolate flavor. So this is essentially like double dark chocolate. For some reason, when I'm dieting, dark chocolate and almond butter, 2 of the things in which I crave the most. I'm not sure why, because in the off season or a bulk, the thought of either just sounds grim, but when you're in a dieting phase, fuck me, mate, it's like crack. But anyway, gonna have this now. This is gonna give me the fuel in which I need for my session later on, and then I'll see you in the gym. Let's get it, let's go. This gym is a fucking joke. I haven't even done a feeder set yet and I'm already sweating one out. Look at that. Worst day to wear a white t-shirt, but that being said, the fit is cold. These are the new mesh bodybuilding shorts by VQ, and I've paired that with the 10-year anniversary top. I'll tell you what, this fit goes hard. White socks with a pair of white Air Forces to match. Yeah, this is a hard fit, I tell you.
code Finn for 10% off.
But anyway, we're gonna get straight into this workout now. First exercise, lateral raises.
It's the moment of truth now to see whether this super glues work. I think I'm gonna have the mic on the outside of my top to see if that works a little bit better. I did say I don't like it on the outside of my top, but I feel like it's just better to be safe than sorry, rather than this getting all kind of knocked up inside and just falling through my t-shirt. So yeah, we're just gonna rock it like this instead.
So the goal here when I'm doing the lateral raise, I'm trying to keep my chest up, right? I'm wanting to work my medial delt, so I'm not wanting the dumbbells fully out to the side. I'm wanting them just in front. So as I drive through that concentric portion of the movement, I'm almost driving out to 2 and 10 on the clock. So what the focus is here is I'm trying to drive through the elbow, and I almost imagine that I'm trying to drive through the thumbs as well, if that makes sense. So through the thumbs and elbows, not all the way up here, but just to where I can get that delt short. I'm not trying to train my traps, I'm just trying to get that delt short. So again, driving out to the walls, squeezing at the top there, 3 seconds on the way down. Again, as I come down, the big mistake I see is that a lot of lads will bring the dumbbells into the middle here. That's gonna completely take tension off the delt. You want the dumbbells to fall just by your side here. You wanna keep them elevated just above the hips. So again, drive out to the walls, keeping that chest up, nice and controlled on the way down. Right, we're gonna go into the working sets now, 2 sets of 12 to 15. Right, absolute fucking nightmare, boys. I think this mic is about to die. I mean, it's on red, so that's it's not looking good, right? So let's try and smash through this as quick as what we can. So, second exercise in, shoulder press. Firstly, I'm gonna have the bench set at a slight incline, so that way I'm not having to force that external shoulder rotation going into the exercise. I'm lifting from a safe environment. I'm gonna be at less risk of injury. With that, I'm gonna have my elbows tucked in at 45 degrees to be able to take the delt through a full range, and again, take pressure off the rotator cuffs. As I drive through the concentric portion of the movement, the focus is to drive the biceps across the body. Go for a top set of 6 to 8, back off set of 10 to 12. Let's get it, let's go. Next exercise, the incline Smith machine press. This is my favorite incline pressing variation. Absolutely love this. I actually have it in twice throughout the week. I have it in my push day and my upper day. Now, I could potentially go for another variation. I'm not, because I'm getting great progression on this one right now. I just feel like I connect better with it, so I'm gonna stick it in twice. My sole focus here, and this is where I see a lot of lads go wrong with their incline pressing. This is why most lads can't turn their upper chest into a shelf, me included, because I made this mistake for years, so don't make the same mistake as me. What I see a lot of lads do in their setup is, one, retract their shoulders way too much and arch up their lower back here. So what that is doing is turning your incline press into a flat press, right? You want to do a flat press, just go ahead and do a flat press. When you're doing an incline press, make sure that your diaphragm is fully flat on the bench, so your lower back stays on the bench. You can retract the shoulders ever so slightly, but you don't want to do it too much. So my sole focus here is keeping my diaphragm fully flat on the bench. I'm gonna have my hands just above shoulder width apart, and as I unrack the weight here, I'm aiming to keep my elbows tucked in at 45 degrees. I don't want them flaring out. I don't want any pressure going through the front delt or rotator cuff, so elbows are staying tucked in at 45 degrees. As I come down through the eccentric portion of the movement, I'm breathing in. At the bottom, I'm bracing, and as I drive through the contraction, I'm focusing on trying to drive my biceps across the chest, focusing on pushing through the ceiling. Right there. So I've already done 2 feeder sets on this. I'm gonna go into my top set now, 6 to 8, and then a back off set of 10 to 12. Right, fourth exercise now, boys.
pec deck fly. So first and foremost, as I set the seat up here, I'm ideally wanting to position myself on the machine that when I grab onto the handles, my arms are positioned just below my shoulders. What that is going to do is take tension off the front delt and allow me to direct that tension onto the chest. With this, I want to keep my anterior delts back and driven into the pad. This is going to help me keep my chest elevated throughout the exercise. If I keep my chest up nice and proud throughout this exercise, that's going to enlarge my pec fibers. That's going to allow me to ignite my pec fibers much better. So at the start of this movement, I want to keep my shoulders dropped nice and low, keep that chest up. In the lengthened position here, I want to have a slight bend in my elbow. What that is going to do is take pressure off the rotator cuffs, and it's going to have me lifting from a safer environment. So from here, as I come through that concentric portion of the movement, my focus is on extending the elbows and driving my arms in as close together as what I can. So again, as I come through this eccentric portion of the movement here, I'm having a slight bend in my elbows. And as I drive through the concentric, I'm going to extend at the elbow and aim to get my biceps as close together as what I can. Trying to get my biceps to kiss almost and create as much heart contraction with the pecs as I possibly can. So we're going to do 2 sets of this. First set 12 to 15, back off set 8 to 10. Right, so on to our back exercises now. And just for a little bit of clarity, if you wondered why I started off with delts over chest on this upper day, with obviously chest predominantly being my weaker muscle group, it's because my push day is very chest biased. So I'm starting this workout with delts just so I can give them the care and attention in which they need as well. Because I can't lie, since having come off anabolics completely, the delts in the arms is where I noticed that fullness drop off from first. So yeah, I'm wanting to keep that roundness and hardness to the delts, and that's why I have an arms and delts day as well towards the end of the week, and just to give them a little bit more volume and frequency throughout the week. So yeah, but anyway, we're on to our back exercises now, starting off with a chest supported row. 2 sets, top set 6 to 8, back off set of 8 to 12. Right here, my focus is to, of course, keep my chest on this support here. The minute my chest comes off this chest support here, the exercise is virtually obsolete, right? There's a reason the chest support is here, and that's to keep yourself nice and fixed throughout the whole exercise. As I grip onto the handles here, I'm wanting to be able to get a nice stretch throughout the lengthened portion of the movement, allow for a little bit of protraction at the top of the rep. With that though, I do want to keep my chest up nice and proud on this pad, because throughout that eccentric portion of the movement, as I'm getting that stretch, that's going to allow me to keep my lats better engaged. So I'm keeping that chest up nice and proud on the pad. And then as I drive back, I'm driving back and out with the elbows in order to target that musculature of the upper back, retracting my shoulders at the top of the movement. Sorry, I said top of the rep here, didn't I? I meant bottom of the rep. So yeah, 2 sets of this, 6 to 8, 10 to 12. Let's get it, let's go. Almost forgot to mention as well, throughout your rowing and pulling movements, strap up. Your back is always going to be stronger than your grip and your forearms. So when you think you're taking your back to failure, there's a very good chance you're not. It's your grip and your forearms giving away. So in order to take your back further to failure, make sure that you're strapping up on all of your rowing movements. You wouldn't pull a deadlift from the floor, would you, without straps? So why are we doing that with our rowing and pulling movements? Last back exercise, we're going for pull-ups. Honestly, one of the most underutilized exercises for back development is just a simple pull-up. I'm just gonna go for 2 sets of failure. Gonna go for the inner grip right here, just because I feel like I'm a touch stronger in it. I'm not gonna use my straps for this though, kind of eating my own words there, but I'm just feeling lazy right now. Just kind of want to get it over and done with. At the minute, For a guy that's bottom heavy as well, I'm getting around about 8 to 10 reps on the pull-ups, which for me is quite good, bearing in mind I'm like 90% legs. So yeah, we'll see what we max out at here. Ooh. 10, not bad mush. This mic is held up throughout this whole session. I'm going to be absolutely gassed. Right, where's the long rope? Right, here we are, we're back, we got the long rope. So we're gonna go for an arms superset now. Literally just gonna go into 2 sets. We're gonna do anywhere between 10 to 12 on the rope tricep extension. No, it's all yours, mate. And then anywhere between 10 to 12 on just a simple bicep dumbbell curl. So yeah, 2 sets of that, and then we're done. Actually, we may do some abs at the end, we'll see. Alright YouTube, we're back from the gym now. Hope you enjoyed the upper session. I did end up hitting abs at the end. I done an ab machine crunch 3 times 12 to 15 reps, and that was the finisher right there. So yeah, that was the session. It was a little bit of a sweaty one in Muscle Hut today. Like I said, not quite the day to wear a white t-shirt. Regardless, we went in, got it done. I'm not quite in the shape yet though, in order to justify wearing a stringer in the gym. I mean, I am in decent nick, but just not my best, right? When you're there, but you're not quite at your best, you don't quite want to flaunt it, if that makes sense. Because I accept nothing now other than the absolute highest standard. And that being said, let's talk about goals moving forward. So, in terms of what to expect for the rest of this year, first and foremost, just reflecting back on the first 6 months of the year. What a first 6 months of the year it's been for Finn Nugent. Don't get me wrong, still a hell of a lot I want to achieve. Not quite where I want to be in life just yet, but we're certainly making steady progress in the right direction. So first half of the year, boxed off my first high rocks. Got in shape for Marbella, probably my best shape in which I've ever been in. Not my leanest, not my biggest, but the happiest in which I've ever been with my physique. Made the decision to get back on TRT. That was a big one as well. Obviously, the first portion of the year, we had the complications with my hormone levels and my blood works after having come off anabolic steroids. Decided to make the decision to get back on TRT, and it was 100% the right decision for me. An e-com and campaign shoot with VQ as well. Mind-blowing. Still not sure how I managed to finesse that one, right? Fuck me, I fluked that, didn't I? Jesus Christ. Why they wanted my face on the VQ website, I'm not sure, but I'm glad they did. And honestly, what an opportunity, and an opportunity in which I'm very, very grateful for. And that being said as well, the Marbella shoot, if I didn't already mention that, like, wow, just that weekend as a whole. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal, stuff of dreams. Like, hands down the biggest weekend of my coaching career yet. So yeah, from here now, it's just trying to carry that momentum through with me into the back end of this year and to make it just as big and just as special. So what do we plan on doing? Well, in terms of things in which we've got coming up, we've got 2 High Rockses. We've got High Rocks Dublin, which is actually going to be my birthday weekend as well, which is quite exciting. We're doing the doubles with Mr. Dan Perret. We're going to aim for sub 60. I've done a High Rocks sim with him recently, and we got 57 minutes, so I'm very, very confident that we can get a very good time. Well, I say we were going to aim for sub 60. We already done a sub 60 sim, so realistically, we know we can do it now. I guess the goal from here is to realistically beat that. But that's what we got coming up in November. December, we have got London XL, High Rocks London XL as well, where I'm doing my first men's solo. And then somewhere in between, maybe just after, maybe just before, we're going to have a few weeks out in Dubai as well for a content trip with the Nugent team, which I want to be in immaculate shape by. Like, I'm talking the leanest
TRT natty feeling which you've ever seen in your life. Obviously not natural because I'm running TRT, but obviously having stepped away from the anabolic steroids, I say the anabolic steroids, going into super physiological range because we are still running testosterone, but at a TRT dosage. I want now to create the ultimate lifestyle look with my physique, right? A look where I'm lean, I'm in shape, I'm ready to fire content out with my physique year round pretty much because I'm holding phenomenal shape, but be able to hold a shape in which I can sustain as well. That is the goal for me right now, realistically. So that's where we go from here. The idea is to get back in phenomenal nick, right? And then from there, hold that shape and push in a little bit more nutrients with that in order to really drive performance as well with my running, with my Hyrox training. So not only am I lean and muscular year round and holding a very aesthetic look to the physique, but I can also run, I can also go at it with a Hyrox event. Not trying to be the best Hyrox athlete ever or the best runner ever, certainly not. I don't want to look like a runner, fucking hell. Fuck do I want a skinny boy runner's physique? Absolutely not. I still want to look like a big guy, right? I still want to look like a muscular guy. I just want to be I just want to have the engine to go with it, right? I want to have the engine to go with it as well. So yeah, but with that mainly it's because I want to lead from the front, right? I look at all these guys that are smashing it within the coaching, the fitness space. They all hold immaculate shape year round, right? That inspires people. That shows that you lead from the front, that you can walk the walk. And I want to be a coach that can do that. Obviously, as you see across my Instagram now, some phenomenal results. And don't get me wrong, I've been in immaculate shape before. But for me now, to really solidify my name within the coaching industry and be a respected coach, it's not just the case of being able to achieve phenomenal results anymore, because I've been doing that for years now. It's the case of, well, I need to get in phenomenal shape and stay in phenomenal shape. That's not something that I've really done in the past because I've very much fluctuated between phases in the sense of, well, I've been a bodybuilder, right? So it's been the case of, well, you prep for 16, 20 plus weeks, say, and then you head into your off season. You know, you pack on a little bit of timber, you get a little bit fluffier. Of course, you have to accept the layer of body fat when you're wanting to maximize muscle gain, and then you get back in shape again. But that's not the direction I want to head in anymore, right? Mainly because I want to look good, feel good and perform good, but I also want to lead from the front for my clients as well. I've been through the vigorous phases, the gaining phases, the dieting phases, and I've certainly got my skin in the game and the t-shirt say. But right now, I just want to get back in phenomenal shape and hold a good look year round. Look good, feel good, perform good, 365. So yeah, that's everything there. Going to take you along the journey. I feel like I've been going very educational with my YouTube, my Instagram, my content recently. But let's not forget, right, I'm Finn fucking Nugent and I'm a man on a mission. So you're going to be seeing a lot more around my journey as well. So yeah, let's get it. Let's go. If you haven't got all in yet, then this is your sign. Take care. God bless.